Welcome back to the fish series. Here are the two boards I brought with me to Barbados that you've seen in the other videos. This is the 5.5, the striped surfboard, and this is the 5.3. First thing to notice is the outline is different. This board, the yellow over here, has a wider, fuller outline. So the tail of this board, you can see, very wide. Swallowtails are actually good for standing up because they have the 2 points there. This one, as we said before, very narrow. See how pulled in that is? I'm just going to talk about that tail shape difference. When you have the wider tail shape, that means the turn is going to be wider and longer and more drawn out. You're pivoting on that point. When you ride a swallowtail in general, you're pivoting on one of these 2 points as you do your turn. So when you look at the shape of this board, where everything's sharp and angled in here, and this point is also very sharp, that can give you a tighter turning radius. If you think about it, you're turning on this here with this part in the water. So that allows you to come over onto this rail and pivot around that part of the swallowtail. So a pulled in tail is going to give you more hold and allows you to do tighter arcs. This tail, look at how much wider that is, and just the overall shape, it's like twice as wide. The overall shape is so different, and you are pivoting around this, which is softer on this side, and has just an overall different shape. So you could imagine that this is going to feel more, what it feels like to me is kind of more bar of soap-like, more slippery, slidey, and it does pivot. So what feature does it have in common? It has this feature in common here, and so you do have that to pivot around. You can do a relatively tight arc still with this surfboard. Also, the rails of these two boards are completely different. I guess I'm a little bit struggling to talk about what I feel in the difference of the rails, but you can see that this one has a classic kind of 60-40, really soft right here, hard edge up through the fins, hard edge around here, then really soft up and through the nose, and then no beak on it, or slight beak, but no real beak on this board. Thickness, oh, it has a beak. Thickness carried all the way through, where this one has this, meaty rail. So, it has this step deck. The step deck is this part. You can see it. It's like flat, and then it curves over the edge. The rail stays not, I wouldn't say it stays hard. It's still that same thing where the hardest edge is here at the back, and then it softens up. It's really just that interestingness of the step deck. And that starts from the tail all the way to the nose of the board. Again, a lot of thickness carried through. That's what they have in common. Slight rocker, not a ton. You see the tiny little flip there. A little bit of flip off the tail. So the main difference though that I feel with these two boards is really that tighter turning radius. This tail has less volume, so when I really want to stomp on it, and stomp on it I do. I don't know if you can see the depressions on there, but this thing is very stomped, very back-footed surfer. I feel I have so much control of the tail on this surfboard. So why surf the other one at all? I like the feeling. I like that slippery, slidey feeling. And if I'm going to say what waves am I going to surf this one on versus that one, and I think you'll see this in some of my videos, well, they both surf all waves well, but actually I'm going to surf the one that I can do the more precise turns on in larger waves. That board does surf these same waves quite well, but for doing more radical turns and for more control in the tube, the stripier board is going to be a little bit better for that. Whereas like on a flatter wave, slower, mushier, the yellow board is going to have more native speed. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe. Love you forever if you like and subscribe. Watch my other videos. That's really cool. And if you want to know more about coaching and all things that I do, just go over to my website. Everything lives there. Archives of these videos live there. Get over there.